Hello, and welcome to this analysis of the fall of the Nasdaq index last year. In 2021, the Nasdaq Composite Index fell from its all-time high in February, with a series of sharp sell-offs that culminated in a decline of over 10% from peak to trough. The fall of the Nasdaq index can be attributed to a number of factors, including concerns over rising inflation and interest rates, as well as a rotation out of high-growth stocks and into value-oriented investments. Additionally, some specific events and news stories may have played a role in the index's decline. One of the biggest factors contributing to the Nasdaq's fall in 2021 was the prospect of rising inflation and interest rates. As the U.S. economy rebounded from the COVID-19 pandemic and began to reopen, investors became increasingly concerned about the potential for inflation to rise, which could lead to higher interest rates and a more challenging environment for growth stocks. These concerns were further fueled by the passage of a massive stimulus package by the U.S. government, which some feared could lead to overheating of the economy and an increase in inflationary pressures. Another factor contributing to the Nasdaq's decline was a rotation out of high-growth stocks and into value-oriented investments. In the first part of 2021, many investors had piled into growth stocks, particularly in the technology sector, which had been some of the best performers in the wake of the pandemic. However, as concerns over inflation and interest rates mounted, many investors began to shift their focus to value stocks, which tend to perform better in an environment of rising rates and inflation. This rotation out of growth stocks and into value stocks led to a sell-off in many of the most popular technology companies, which in turn contributed to the Nasdaq's decline. Specific news events may have also played a role in the Nasdaq's fall last year. For example, in April of 2021, the U.S. government proposed a plan to increase taxes on capital gains, which would have impacted many investors in the stock market. This proposal led to a sharp sell-off in many high-growth stocks, particularly in the technology sector, as investors feared the impact of higher taxes on the future earnings potential of these companies. Finally, it's worth noting that the Nasdaq's fall last year was not unique. Other major stock market indices also experienced significant volatility and declines in 2021. For example, the S&P 500 index fell by over 4% at one point in the year, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average experienced its own set of sell-offs and declines. In this sense, the Nasdaq's fall can be seen as part of a broader trend of market volatility in 2021, which was driven by a variety of economic and political factors. In conclusion, the fall of the Nasdaq index last year can be attributed to a number of factors, including concerns over rising inflation and interest rates, a rotation out of growth stocks and into value stocks, and specific news events such as the proposal to increase taxes on capital gains. While the Nasdaq ultimately recovered from its lows and ended the year with a gain of over 20%, the index's decline serves as a reminder of the potential risks and challenges that investors face in the stock market, particularly during periods of heightened volatility and uncertainty.